Anytime you take this field for Mayo, you know who you're representing. It's exactly where you want to be.
Cillian O'Connor, he's got all the scores so far. He's on fire.
You hear the cheers and the roars, you know, the emotion in Croke Park or further afield.
Forward here with Cillian O'Connor.
It doesn't really wear off, the novelty or anything like that. It's always been a buzz, and it's that adrenaline rush is kind of something that you always crave. There always would have been that tradition of football in the family. All my brothers would have played as well, and Dad and his brothers the same. So, you know, from an early age we were knocking a football around and you know, knocking lumps out of each other in the garden. I suppose I had some good role models to look up to. We had inter-county players at the time like Alan Dillon and James Horan.
It was apparent at a very early age, you know, he was an exceptional and special talent.
Moran lays it to O'Connor. And Cillian O'Connor, I think, has just stolen the headlines all for himself.
He was two-footed, he could win his own possession, he could look after himself, and a ferocious competitor.
I suppose in the back of your mind you're afraid that you're going to muck it up and you know that the door will close on you forever, and it's probably the first time that you have so many eyes on you, you know, from your own community but also from the entire county, and to be on a team that were going to compete in Connacht Finals and go on to Croke Park and play and win games there, you know, it was a dream. So I just wanted to make that last as long as I could.
From a very young age, he had a phenomenal sense of that leadership and that purpose of what he was about and what he wanted to do when he was on a field of play.
Back to O'Connor. Dublin have got to be disciplined now, not give away a free kick. O'Connor's going for it. He's kicked it. He's kicked it over the bar. They're level. The All-Ireland final looks set for a replay.
He is just the personification of the player you would want on any team.
You know, the records speak for themselves.
To become the all-time scorer in championship football, and that is what he has just done.
4 goals and 9 points this afternoon. What a contribution.
It wasn't on my mind, it wasn't anything I mapped out at the start of the year I was looking to do. So when I talk about like ambitions and goals for each year, it would never be on the list. And you know, in a year where you don't win all the competitions you're in, you're not going to be happy, you know, and it's not going to soften the blow. The injury that I have now has probably given me a chance to just draw a breath, I suppose. There's disappointment for a few days, but then you have to kick into gear.
It's a setback, knowing the type of person he is. You'll get the right expertise around him, and I've no doubt he'll come back stronger, fitter and hungrier.
It gives me a chance to look back, but not, you know, to take stock or not to be happy with my lot or anything like that. It's more a chance to see, right, what have I done well up to now, and then what can I do better?
You know, Cillian's already well on the journey to coming back and having a Mayo jersey on and being at that level again, because I think that's all he knows, that's all he's ever known.
Building a team around the likes of Cillian, around the likes of Aidan O'Shea, and the next generation, the likes of the Matty Ruans, Oisin Mullins, Tommy Conroy's. I think the future is very bright over the next 4 or 5 years. Mayo being in the 11 consecutive All-Ireland semi-finals has validated that Mayo are certainly in the top 2 or 3 teams in the country. We can only hope that they can bridge that long-awaited gap that all Mayo supporters are waiting for.
I'm lucky, so lucky. All the things have fallen into place for me over the years. There's so many who jump into our shoes. There's so many boys and girls up and down the country who, for whatever reason, can't play sport, can't get out with their friends every weekend and play it. So I kind of just see it as a privilege now, you know, if I'm lucky enough to be back in a group again. Obviously I want to win all that we enter, so just keep making people proud.